going to be talking about pets. Biblically, right? Cats and dogs. And misconceptions and some truths. Biblical truths. All right? So cats in the Bible are actually not mentioned at all. Not once. Not by name. There's no Hebrew word for cat. No verse mentions a household cat. No verse talks about pet cats. No verse describes cats positively or negatively. Why? Because ancient Israel didn't keep cats as domestic pets the way that like Egyptians did, for example. Cats simply were not a part of Hebrew culture. But the Bible does speak about lions, which are large cats. Leopards, mountain lions. These are big cats, but are not pets. We see lions, like when David fought lions in 1 Samuel 17, 34 through 37. Daniel in the lion's den in Daniel 6. The righteous are bold as a lion. We see this in Proverbs 28 and 1. And Satan is also compared to a roaring lion. And we see that in 1 Peter 5 and 8. Leopards are mentioned in judgment imagery in Jeremiah 13:23. And they also appear symbolically in prophecy in Daniel 7 and 6 and in Revelations 13 and 2. But no household cats are ever in Scripture in that way. Now, dogs. Dogs are mentioned many times, usually as wild scavengers, unclean animals, symbols for evildoers or outsiders. And here are the biblical references to dogs. So the Old Testament refers to dogs. We see this in Exodus 11:7. Dogs will not harm the Israelites during the plague. Exodus 22 and 31. Unclean meat be thrown to dogs. Judges 7 and 5. Gideon tests soldiers by how they drink water, like a dog. 1 Samuel 17 through 43. Goliath insults David. Am I a dog? 1 Samuel 24 and 14. David, after whom do you chase? A dead dog? 2 Samuel 3 and 8. Abner, am I a dog's head? 2 Samuel 9 and 8. Mesabeth calls himself a dead dog. 2 Samuel 16 and 9. Shimei calls a dead dog. It was called a dead dog. Kings 14 and 11, 16 and 4, 21 and 19, 22 and 38. Dogs will eat Jezebel and Ab's blood. 2 Kings 9 and 10 and 9 and 36. Dogs literally ate Jezebel's body. Psalms 22 and 16 and also 20 are symbolic dogs around David. Psalms 59 and 6 and then 59 and 14. Evildoers are described as howling dogs. Proverbs 26 and 11. As a dog returns to his vomit, so a fool returns to his folly. Ecclesiastes 9 and 4. A live dog is better than a dead lion. That's interesting. Isaiah 56, 10 and 11. Dumb dogs equals silent, greedy leaders. Jeremiah 15 and 3. Dogs among Calamites of judgment. Now, the New Testament has different references to dogs. Matthew 7 and 6. Do not throw your pearls before dogs, which are unholy people. Matthew 15, 26 through 27 and Mark 7, 27 to 28. Jesus uses dogs metaphorically to test the Canaanite woman's faith. In Luke 16 and 21, dog licks the womb of Lazarus, which is the poor man. Philippians 3 and 2, beware of dogs, which are false teachers. 2 Peter 2:2, dog returning to his vomit is a symbol of returning to their sin. Revelation 22 and 15, dogs are listed symbolically as those outside of God's kingdom, which are like evildoers. That being said, you guys, there's the what we know and what we don't know about, what we know biblically about dogs. We also hear the saying, all dogs go to heaven. That actually was never said in the Bible. Yeah. But anyway, just a quick snippet. Hope that this has enlightened you guys. Stay blessed, never stressed, with much peace, much power, much love, much light, and of course, much joy. See you guys later.